What's up everyone, it's your boy Stump, and not only have I gotten access to the 1.47 patch notes, I also have access to the build for 1.47. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one. First things first, we're gonna be looking at the marketplace, and the reason I'm over here this time is because I'm reading from left to right, so you guys can see the left side of the screen better. Anyways, marketplace listing matching system. So basically what this is if you create a listing, if there is another listing that matches the same amount of credits that you put for your listing, then it will automatically fill that request. So the example they have here is the listing works for multiple items. So for example, you create a buy request for 5 AK-47 koi skins for 1,200 credits, and 5 individual sell offers are found that have a combined price of 1,200 credits or less. So that in that case, your listings would be filled. And this is just an example. So essentially, you create a seller buy request for a certain amount of credits, and if there is another listing that can fulfill that amount of credits, that listing is automatically filled. And they put this change in place because they're aware of frequent scamming going through the marketplace, and this change was made to prevent scams such as that, and also players accidentally selling skins on the cheap because they're trying to transfer to another account. Like, that's just dumb on your part. So then the listing matching will then be turned on once 1.46.1 is shut down. And now there's some changes and improvements for the marketplace. They added a filter for not owned items. So I could probably show you here real quick. I'm already in the build as we speak. So marketplace, don't worry about that. So if you go to the filter, on the right, you'll see items I own and items I don't own. That is the new filter that they added. They also added a button to easily switch between sell offers and buy requests for a specific item. Improved player connection to marketplace. That's a big thing because if you remember trying to switch between the different menus, you end up getting a connection problem trying to get back to the main marketplace page. I've experienced that several times, and hopefully this fixes it. They changed the error message for sell listings being full to be more clear, so it's easier to understand. Transaction history is automatically updated when a transaction is finished. Cool. And changed the default marketplace listing sorting order to use unit price. So let's say you have a sell offer for 2 AKs for 350 credits. Then 1 unit, which would be one of those AKs, would be 175. So then this listing would be higher than 1 AK-47 koi for 176 credits, as the example right here. All right, and now, probably one of my favorite changes coming in 1.47. Kill icons! Woo! We got the flashed icon, the no scope icon, the smoke bang icon, and the wall bang icon. If you don't know what the kill icons are, if you look at your kill feed, you'll see little icons that will say if it was a headshot or not. That's the only kill icon that's in the game right now. But now we're adding these 4 to it to give you more information as to how you died or how a player died on your team. So the flash icon will only appear if one or both players are flashed. Easy enough. And it will appear for each individual player. So if there's an example right here. Okay, so this player was flashed and then he killed this player who was also flashed. This one's a no scope icon. This only applies to sniper rifles, and it means the shooter wasn't scoped in. I mean, how much simpler can it get? I mean, if you know what no scoping is, you should know what that symbol is going to mean. All right, and then we got the smoke bang or the shot through smoke icon. So this means if either player was in the smoke or the shot went through the smoke. So both players are outside of the smoke and the player shot through to kill the other opponent. All right, and then you got the wall bang icon, which looks a lot better than what it used to. I mean, in earlier builds when we were testing these, this one didn't look as clean as it does now, but it looks good. Looks real good. And that just means you just got shot through a penetrable object, which does not include glass, because, you know, glass is very fragile and it should be easy for bullets to shoot through glass. Anyways, as I've probably already demonstrated here, there's the visual clarity to this update as well. Killed feed chat were sometimes poorly visible in game, for example, when blinded by a flashbang. So now they added a little black outline to all the lettering, so that way it's a little more visible for players to see when they're either flashed or in certain areas where it's very bright. Like on Soar, that's hard to see. They also increased the particle size. So they increased the scale of the hit particles across longer distances. So as you can see in the current version of the game, we've got the GSR being shot at the Coalition player with the headshot hit particle right here. You can see the orange spark. It's kind of hard to see, but if we look at 1.47, it is much more visible, which gives you more feedback into where your shots are actually landing. And this includes the blue sparks, which only show when you hit the armor, and also the yellow hit particles where you're hitting just the player and not armor, because you break the armor and you shoot through. Yeah. Anyways, gameplay balance. Oh boy, this one's going to be interesting because we got the title for which pistol's going to be good now up in the air for now. All right, so for gameplay balance wise, we got a few things here. Not just these three. We also have the TRG as well. Frag grenade. Price decrease from 500 to 300. Now this could be big because we were talking about how this would affect the gameplay style. Like now, if this were when this is implemented, you can buy an HE grenade at the start of the pistol round, and instead of just buying a dual MTX or a GSR, since they're both 500, you can now buy an HE grenade, which can deal bonus damage to an enemy player if you throw it and hit them. Then again, it does take a little bit of skill, hit frag grenades from across the map. But so now the total amount of money you need to spend for your utility is 900 plus your armor, which is 800. That's $1,700, which $200 off it makes a difference in the long run, I should say. Not instantly makes a difference. It snowballs. It snowballs is what I'm trying to say. So GSR 1911 and Deagle, these two got updated in 1.47. Increased the clip size from 8 to 10 for the GSR. Lowered extra clips from 4 to 3, so now it has 30 extra bullets instead of 40. Or what was the original? I don't remember. Anyways, and then increased its minimum damage from 29.75 to 34. And its maximum damage currently is still 40. So this makes it more consistent downrange than any other pistol in the game. So this could lead to some more GSR action coming our way because of what's happened to the Deagle. The Deagle has been nerfed. Unfortunately for you Deagle fans, you Deagle stans, you all be raising your Deagle hands. Oh no! Increased spread factor from 4 to 5, and an increased spread per shot from 0.04 to 0.15, and an increased spread recovery from 11 to 15, and then change the spread curve. And I can show you here what that looks like right now. So the Deagle in 1.46 looks like this when you're holding down the fire button. As you can see, it's not a perfectly straight line, but it's pretty straight. And now back in the 1.47 build, we have this Deagle when holding down the fire button. Oh, you better be careful when you're using the Deagle in 1.47, because if you're just spamming the fire button, you're not going to be hitting your shots. Anyway, here's the GSR. I just controlled the recoil there. But now with 10 bullets, you have 2 extra bullets to use, and you have more damage over distance. It's still 2-tap to hit headshots, but this recoil compared to this recoil? Most players would probably prefer the GSR, but if you can 1-tap with the Deagle, then it doesn't really matter, then does it? Anyways, back into the notes. TRG, lowered price from 2,400 to 1,800. We're back in the TRG meta, I guess. Although it's not really a TRG meta, it's just back to its original price when it first released. Anyways, now, for the character gameplay change, they've lowered movement acceleration from 8.5 to 5. And now this is different from player speed because the player speed is how fast the player can move, its maximum speed. And then the player movement acceleration is how fast that player can reach its top speed. Now originally is 8.5, but now it's going to be 5. And what they say here is these changes address the balance and weapon choice variety in the earlier match rounds and affect player positioning and peeking behavior. So essentially, jiggle peeking is dead. It's not really dead, it's just harder to do, and it's a lot riskier because you risk moving very slowly against fast reaction time players. So you gotta really think about how you peek an angle, because if you just jiggle peek constantly, you're gonna die. Anyways, on to crosshair and hit marker customization. They added color settings for the crosshair when hovering on an enemy, so all you red crosshair stands out there, y'all can get yourself a nice green enemy indicator for your crosshair colors. I don't know who uses red crosshair colors. Added settings for the hit marker size. So the little hit markers are the white X's that are around your crosshair when you hit a player. I'm going to show you that in the game real quick. All right, so pay attention to the crosshair. That's the hit marker. Actually, I think I could go to the settings real quick and change that real quick. So it's going to be in gameplay, and then you're going to have enemy crosshair color underneath your original crosshair color, and then hit markers, custom hit marker color. Let's set it to green. All right, it would close, and then now green hit markers. Yay! All right, now for the different map updates, we got bout, updated reflections, minimal change, removed colliders from trees outside the play area, and Bureau added kill triggers in various places as a measure against exploiting. Fair enough. Grounded added an additional cover to bomb a site. I can show that actually. They also added kill triggers as a measure against exploiting, fixed bomb stuck spots, and fixed visible edge above the trees outside the play area. All right, so you can kind of see it right here. You can see the wood on a site. Anyways, now you got the wood is much higher up on this plane than what it used to be, so that way any players trying to push in from here can't see any players standing behind here, because you could still see them in 1.46, but now you can't 1.47. So you can sit here if you want and hold this angle and not worry about players pushing from this side and one instantly tapping you from behind the plane. All right, and then for port, we have changed how thrown utilities bounce off the connector. Jesus, I cannot speak. Container doors. So what that is referring to is something like this. There used to be colliders on these little metal things on the doors here. Now, if I throw it directly on here, hello, future editing Stump here. So apparently it was just the container sides and the container doors themselves, not the metal bars that I've been throwing the nades at. So yeah, be careful when you're throwing nades at the container doors, because they can still bounce in weird ways. Until that has been changed, that is the change that is occurring in 1.47. Anyways, continuing with the update. Parade fixed some floors, sometimes not producing any footstep sounds, and fixed bomb stuck spots. SOAR reduced explosion and spotting radius of both bomb sites. Yeah, because apparently the blast radius for SOAR was larger than any other maps in the game. All right, Village fixed an issue where objects would disappear when they shouldn't. Warehouse fixed an issue where objects would disappear when they shouldn't. Ugh. Reduced lighting intensity in a few areas, optimized a few assets. And then you got some miscellaneous bug fixes here. AR-15 reload animation, flip and snatch renamed to swish. The animation icon is changed accordingly. And the bug fixes, room commands, titles missing, and user interface buttons, sound effects issues. All right. And that is all that is coming in 1.47 in Critical Ops. Thank you all so much for watching, and also don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like these, because there will be more of these, I promise you that. And also don't forget to check out the Discord server, links in the description, where I host custom games with my viewers and my live streams, and also check out the link to my channel support page, where you'll be able to unlock custom emojis for the comment section and the live stream chat, which I will have live streams on Saturdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. And as always, stay safe. Bye-bye.